Welcome to this how-to video by the English department. Today we're going to be looking at Paper 2, Question 2, which will ask you to summarise information you have read. Firstly, let's be clear about what the examiner is looking for when they're asking you to summarise information. A summary is when you identify the main points and retell them in your own words. It allows you to demonstrate to the examiner that you have understood what you've read by telling them what the words mean to you. A summary is not language analysis, so you shouldn't waste time going into too much detail about the effect on the reader. Save this for question 3 and question 4. In the exam, the question will ask you to read both texts before answering. It is important that you write about both texts in your answer so that the examiner knows you have done this. You will likely be given one text from the 19th century and one text from the modern era, either the 20th or 21st century. Source A is from the 19th century. Source B was written in the 21st. Pause the screen now and read these two short texts to yourself. The question is likely to ask you about the differences between the two texts. In this case, let us think about the different opinions about trains. In Source A, the writer describes trains as fascinating. This tells us she was very interested in them. However, in Source B, the writer says she is plagued by trains. A plague is a disease, so we know from this that she thinks the trains are distressing and a constant trouble to her. In Source A, the writer tells us that she can't wait for there to be more trains. This tells us she's very excited about a future where she'll be able to travel on one. However, in Source B, the writer tells us to stand against the rapid growth of the railways, which tells us she thinks there are too many and that we should put a stop to it. Can you spot any other differences between the two texts? Pause the screen now and see how many you can find. Once you've identified the differences between the texts, found your quotations, and thought about what it means to you, it's time to write your answer. The question is worth 8 marks, so you should spend about 10 minutes writing it. Start by showing the examiner what you found. This is where you use your quotation. Then, using your own words, tell the examiner what it means to you. Repeat the process for Source B. The trick to doing well in this question is to imagine it's a game of spot the difference. Aim to find 3 differences in total and then move on. Remember, it's not worth as many marks as the other questions, so you should be careful with your timings. Now that you've seen how to answer the question, practice yourself. You could try writing about some of the other differences we found in this video, or you can practice using articles from the booklet we use in class. Ask your teacher for help if you need it. Good luck.